You've been having the same conversation with every person you've ever dated. Same questions, same answers, same predictable ending with someone slowly losing interest. And you probably blamed yourself, thinking you just weren't interesting enough. But the problem was never your personality, it was your conversation architecture. Every dating conversation you've had was built on a fundamentally broken design. A design that makes you forgettable, replaceable, invisible in a sea of sameness. And the worst part, you already have everything needed to fix this. But first, you need to understand what's actually happening when attraction dies. Think about your last 5 dating conversations. What do you actually remember? Not their name, not their job, not their carefully curated photo collection. What you remember is how those conversations felt, or more accurately, didn't feel. Because here's the dirty secret about modern dating nobody wants to admit. Most conversations are completely interchangeable. Swap one person for another and nothing changes. The biggest mistake in dating isn't running out of things to say. It's entering conversations without direction, intention, or any chance of being remembered. You're not building attraction, you're filling time, and time filling destroys connection. Let me tell you about Marcus. Every advantage on paper, 0 results in reality. Good job, decent looks, interesting hobbies that should have made him magnetic. But Marcus went on 43 first dates in 1 year, not 1 second date. 43 conversations that started with promise and ended with polite rejection texts. His conversations were technically perfect, polite, appropriate, and completely indistinguishable from every other man. He asked about her day, she asked about his, they discussed the restaurant. And then they went home, and she forgot he existed by Tuesday. Because Marcus made the fatal error most people make in dating conversations. He treated conversation as the goal instead of using it as a window into who he actually was, his values, his humor, his strangeness. He never gave anyone a reason to be curious about him. And curiosity is the absolute foundation of romantic attraction. Without it, nothing. Then Marcus tried something different, not a technique, not a script, a shift. He stopped trying to be interesting and started being specific. Massive difference. Interesting is generic, specific is memorable. Specific creates images people can't shake. On his next date, he mentioned his failed attempt at homemade pasta. Not to impress, to reveal. And what happened next changed his dating life. She laughed. She asked what happened. She shared her own kitchen disaster story. There's a concept in psychology called the self-disclosure reciprocity effect. It governs how human beings build trust and attraction through conversation. When you share something personal, the other person feels compelled to match it. But here's what research reveals that the dating industry completely ignores. Attraction doesn't happen because you ask the right questions. It happens through revelation. Every question you ask and story you tell sends a signal. Not about the topic, about who you are, your values, your inner world. Psychologists call this the meta-communication layer of human interaction. The surface conversation is about weekend plans. The meta-conversation reveals character. People don't fall for what you say, they fall for what you reveal. When you mention your Saturday morning pottery class, you're not sharing a hobby. You're revealing patience, creativity, a willingness to be bad at something. That's attractive, not because pottery is sexy, because it shows character naturally. And this is where most people fail completely in dating conversations. They either overshare aggressively or undershare entirely, keeping everything at surface level. The sweet spot is strategic vulnerability wrapped in everyday conversation. You're not performing, you're not hiding, you're letting someone see through the cracks. And those cracks are where attraction actually lives and breathes. In the unexpected details, the specific moments, the things mentioned in passing. The breadcrumbs that make someone think, I want to know more. Consider 2 responses to the same question on a first date. She asks what you did this weekend. Response 1 is safe. Not much, just relaxed at home, maybe watched a movie, the nothing answer. Response 2 is specific and revealing without being performative or try hard. I tried making pasta from scratch and failed. My kitchen was destroyed. Same question, same person, completely different outcomes for what follows. Response 1 gives nothing, no hook, no curiosity, no reason to lean in. Response 2 creates an image, a story, a reason to ask what happened. And here's what makes this powerful. You didn't try to impress her. You shared a genuine moment of failure and humor that revealed personality. That's the mechanism. You create a breadcrumb and let them follow it. Attraction built this way is organic. It feels like discovery, not sales. And discovery is infinitely more powerful than any attempt at being impressive. Because people value what they discover more than what they're told. Tell someone you're funny and they'll be skeptical. Make them laugh instead. One creates skepticism, the other creates curiosity, and curiosity sparks attraction. Every memorable conversation you've ever had followed this pattern without you realizing it. The difference was never the topic, it was the willingness to reveal something real. Now let's examine why this works on a deeper neurological level. Your brain seeks novelty and pattern-breaking information in social interactions. Generic small talk doesn't register, it's processed and discarded like mental spam. But specific, unexpected details trigger what neuroscientists call the orienting response. Your attention sharpens, your curiosity activates, you start investing mental energy. And that investment is the foundation of attraction itself. You cannot want someone you never think about. Thinking requires material. This is why forgettable conversations kill attraction before it starts. Not because you're unattractive, because you gave them nothing to hold on to. Think of every conversation as leaving something behind in their mind. A residue, an image, a feeling, a question that lingers afterward. Shallow conversations leave nothing. They evaporate instantly like they never happened. Meaningful conversations leave artifacts, mental souvenirs that build attraction while you're away. And you don't need to be extraordinary to leave these behind. Your weird hobby, your embarrassing failure, your genuine enthusiasm for something unglamorous. These aren't weaknesses, they're the most powerful tools you have. So how do you implement this in your next dating conversation? First, enter every conversation with intention about what you want to reveal. Not your resume, the specific, idiosyncratic details that make you uniquely you. Second, replace generic questions with specific ones that invite real answers. Instead of asking about their weekend, ask what they're nerdy about. Third, share your own answers before asking for theirs sometimes. Lead with vulnerability. Show them it's safe to be specific. Fourth, pay attention to the breadcrumbs they drop and follow them. When someone mentions something specific, that's an invitation. Take it. And fifth, stop trying to impress and start trying to connect.